The biggest war in the EV market right now is not about range or horsepower. It is about the third row. Families are the next battleground. The Ioniq 9 just grew 183%. The Kia EV9 is dealing like it is desperate. Cadillac fields 2 3-row entries, and Tesla's brand new 6-seat Model YL lands in driveways within weeks. 12 electric 3-rows now fight for your family, from $53,000 to over $130,000. And today, I am ranking every single one of them, worst to first. Let's get into it. Starting at number 12, with the cheapest way into a big electric 3-row, and the entry that regular viewers already know comes with a warning label, the VinFast VF9. This is a genuinely large 7-seater, discounted relentlessly, wearing a 10-year warranty that reads like the best paper protection in the class. The problem is the company behind the paper. Everything from the discontinuation watch list applies here at family scale. VinFast moves only hundreds of vehicles a month in America. The growth story has shifted back toward Asia, and a warranty is only as strong as the service network standing behind it, a network that never scaled and shows no signs of trying. The VF9 itself improved after brutal early software reviews, and at the fire sale prices, these command the dollars per square foot math temps. But a family hauler is the one vehicle where support risk matters most. School runs do not pause for a service network that retreats across an ocean. The verdict follows the VF8 playbook. As a short lease, at a deep discount, an informed gambler could defend it. As a purchase for the long family haul, the exact job a 3-row exists for, every other vehicle on this list is a safer home for your money. 12 of 12. And the ranking is about the company, not the car. Number 11 is the smallest, cheapest 3-row badge on this list, and one you can only buy from leftover stock, the Mercedes-Benz EQB. $53,000 for a 3-pointed star with a third row made it the budget luxury entry of the segment. And as covered in the discontinuation research, Mercedes already pulled the plug, folding the EQB into the growing graveyard of the EQ sub-brand. What remains on dealer lots is a clearance opportunity with honest limits. The limits first. This is a compact GLB in electric form, and the third row is genuinely child-only, knees to chin territory for anyone in middle school and beyond. Range and power sit at the modest end of everything here, built for suburbs rather than cross-country hauls. This is a 3-row for the family whose third row deploys twice a month for the carpool, not the road trip. The opportunity is the badge math. Discontinued models clear at real discounts, and a Mercedes interior, the MBUX screens, the ambient lighting, the build quality at heavily reduced money is a legitimate luxury entry point for the right family. The standard warranty survives the discontinuation. Parts flow through the gas GLB it shares its bones with, and the depreciation the first owner would have eaten is baked into your price instead. A niche pick with a closing window, but for the compact family, badge first buyer, a defensible one. Number 10 is the most expensive way to almost get a 3-row on this list, the Mercedes-Benz EQS SUV. $90,000 to start, and here's the detail that lands it this low. The third row itself costs extra. On a list where a $56,000 Kia includes 3 rows as its entire reason for existing, Mercedes charging an option fee for the segment's defining feature tells you how this vehicle was planned. The rest follows the EQS sedan story from the discontinuation coverage. The EQ sub-brand is being wound down, the Jelly Bean styling never won, the audience an S-Class badge expects, and the software complaints that dog the sedan visit the SUV too. Comparison tests have been unkind. The Volvo EX90 undercuts it on price while including the third row, 4-zone climate, and features Mercedes bills separately. When the sensible Swedish option out-luxuries you at a lower price, the flagship positioning collapses. What survives is genuine. The cabin is beautiful, the ride is properly serene, the hyperscreen dazzles, and heavy depreciation means used and clearance examples deliver 6-figure luxury for far less, the same 50 cents on the dollar math from our used luxury coverage. As a discounted used buy for a badge loyal family, there is a case. At sticker, against everything above it on this list, there simply is not. 10th place, priced like first. Number 9 is not really a 3-row SUV. It is a checkbox that turns America's best-selling EV into one. The Tesla Model Y with the 7-seat option. Roughly $2,000 added to the standard Model Y buys a folding 3rd row, making this by far the cheapest path to 3 rows of electric seating in the country when stacked against everything else here. Honesty defines this entry. That 3rd row is for kids, gymnasts, and good sports. Adults do not ride back there voluntarily. Cargo space nearly vanishes with all rows deployed, and families who need daily 3-row duty will outgrow the trick within a year. This is the occasional use answer. The 2 extra soccer teammates on Tuesdays, the visiting cousins, not the everyday hauler. But price the alternative, honestly too. The full Model Y package underneath remains everything the channel has documented. The best-selling EV on Earth, the supercharger network, the record-setting durability from the longevity video, the refreshed cabin, and running costs the ownership series has repeatedly crowned. For a family that needs a 3rd row 8 days a month and a brilliant 5-seater the other 22, spending 40-some thousand instead of 80 solves the actual problem. 9th place as a 3-row, 1st place as a loophole. Number 8 is the only vehicle here that makes strangers wave, the Volkswagen ID Buzz. The electric revival of the microbus seats 7 in its long wheelbase American form, wraps them in two-tone nostalgia, and delivers the single most distinctive family vehicle of the electric era. It is also, as covered on the discontinuation watch, officially paused for 2026, making remaining inventory the only way in until its planned return. Judge it as a family tool, and the Buzz splits cleanly. The wins? Van packaging beats SUV packaging for actual family life. Sliding doors in tight parking lots, a flat floor, sightlines, and a 3rd row adults enter without ceremony. The interior is an event, and no vehicle on this list generates more goodwill per mile. The losses, range in the low 200s, trails the segment, efficiency is van-shaped, and the price climbed into the 60s where the spec sheet struggles against the Korean entries. The pause changes the math in your favor. Inventory clearing means negotiating leverage on a vehicle whose future return is promised but unscheduled. The same clearance calculus as the prologue play on a far more beloved machine. For the family that values sliding doors and smiles over spreadsheet dominance, the Buzz at a discount is the emotional pick of the entire list. 8th on paper, 1st in the school pickup line. Number 7 is the vehicle engineered by the brand families trust most with their families. The Volvo EX90. Volvo's electric flagship starts around $80,000 and leads with the identity that built the company. This is the safety-first 3-row wrapped in Scandinavian restraint with the standard 3rd row, standard 4-zone climate, heated seats front and rear, a head-up display, and a Bose system on the Base Plus trim that reviewers call the value sweet spot. Against the Mercedes EQS SUV charging option money for less equipment, the EX90 spec sheet reads like a rebuke. The family credentials run deep, around 300 miles of range in the sweet spot trims. Twin motor all-wheel drive with up to 510 horsepower available. A cabin whose materials and calm design out-luxury the flashier Germans, and a 3rd row that real humans use. On paper, this is a podium contender. The asterisk keeps it at 7, and honesty demands it. The EX90 software launch was rough, and independent testing has documented the bugs, including a test car whose air suspension fault-limited highway speed, with warnings appearing frequently enough to note. Volvo keeps pushing over-the-air fixes and the trajectory points upward, but a family flagship earns trust with boring reliability, and the EX90 is still finishing that homework. The play. Buy current build. Verify the software is fully updated, the ID4 lesson from the mistakes video, and negotiate with the bug reports in hand. The safest badge in the business, still patching its way to the ranking its hardware deserves. Number 6 is what happens when the 3-row question is answered with excess. The Cadillac Escalade IQ. 9,000 pounds, 750 horsepower, a 55-inch screen spanning the entire dashboard, and the number that earned its podium spot on our range countdown. 465 miles of EPA range, with real-world highway testing that exceeds it. No family vehicle in America goes farther between charges, and few vehicles of any kind arrive with more presence. As a pure family machine, the Giant delivers more than the spectacle suggests. 3 genuine rows with adult room everywhere. Cargo behind the third row that embarrasses the entire list, plus a 12 cubic foot frunk, 4-wheel steering that shrinks parking lots, Super Cruise eating the road trip miles hands-free. Award season agreed. Best luxury car trophies landed on it. And even in a brutal Q2 for GM's EVs, the Escalade IQ success story kept its production case alive while the Hummer wobbled. The honest math is the price of excess, around $130,000 to start, an extended version above that, charging sessions size like its battery, and running costs, tires, and insurance from our actuarial research that scale with the mass. This is the money no object answer. 6th place only because 5 vehicles above it deliver the family mission with less compromise per dollar. But for the family that wants one vehicle to end every conversation, range, space, screen, and sheer American statement, nothing else here even attempts the assignment. Number 5 is the vehicle quietly winning the luxury 3-row argument while its Escalade sibling takes the spotlight. The Cadillac VinFast, starting at $78,790. Right-sized between the Lyriq and the Escalade IQ, the VinFast packs 615 horsepower, hits 60 in 3.7 seconds, and carries 300 to 305 miles of range. Read that spec line again. Sports car acceleration in a 7-seat family Cadillac for Volvo money. The standard equipment list is where the value case locks in. Super Cruise, hands-free driving, standard. The 23-speaker AKG studio system with Dolby Atmos, standard. 5-zone climate so the third row gets its own temperature, standard. All-wheel drive across every trim, standard. The Volvo EX90 comparison tests keep reaching the same verdict this ranking does. The Cadillac simply includes what the rivals charge for, and its 33-inch display dwarfs theirs. Even vehicle-to-home backup power capability is built in. The honest notes: the third row runs tighter than the spec sheet implies. Fine for kids and medium trips. Snugger than the Korean Giants for adults. The ride leans firm for the class, and options climb the upper trims past 6 figures fast. But hold the base luxury trim against everything in the $70,000 to $100,000 band. And the VinFast is the balanced pick. Cadillac's conquest machine. The optics growth story from our Q2 coverage, repeating one size larger, the luxury sleeper of the segment, 5th overall, and climbing. Number 4 is the best engineered vehicle on this entire list, and regular viewers already know both halves of that sentence. The Lucid Gravity, 450 miles of range in the 2-row configuration, 437 with all 3 rows, meaning the 7-seat Gravity outranges every dedicated family vehicle in America while carrying the reigning Luxury Car of the Year trophy and perfect review scores. The efficiency masterclass from our range countdown wearing a family body. The family execution surprises people who expect a science project. 3 rows of genuinely adult space packaged in a footprint smaller than the Giants. Driving dynamics reviewers compare to sports sedans. Charging that recovers 200 miles in under 15 minutes on the segment's most advanced electrical architecture. A cabin whose materials and design language embarrass vehicles costing far more. At $98,900 to start, the Gravity prices against the Escalade IQ and EQS SUV and out-engineers both by margins that are not close. The asterisk is the company, and this channel has covered every chapter. The restructuring advisor, the bankruptcy denial, the #1 spot on the brands at risk list. The hardware also carries early build quality notes worth inspecting. So the Gravity playbook mirrors the used air guidance. The warranty is real and transfers. The Saudi backing has answered every crisis so far, and the engineering is the finest in the segment. But buy with eyes open. Lease if the risk keeps you up at night. And let Lucid's turbulence discount your negotiation. 4th place, the ceiling of what a family EV can be, held below the podium only by the question no spec sheet answers. Number 3 is the newest weapon in the war, deliveries begin within weeks. The Tesla Model Y L. The stretch six-seater takes everything that makes the Model Y the best-selling EV on Earth and adds 7 inches of length, a longer wheelbase, power-folding second-row captain's chairs, a genuinely usable third row, and 89 cubic feet of maximum cargo, 17% more than the standard car. 325 miles of range, 60 in 4.4 seconds, adaptive suspension, and the Launch Series lands at $61,990, with a year of full self-driving, supercharging, and connectivity included. The case for the podium spot writes itself from this channel's own coverage. The supercharger network remains the family road trip cheat code. The durability record from the longevity video transfers intact, and the 6-seat captain's chair layout answers the exact configuration American families ask for. The case against going higher is equally honest. The price arrived roughly $8,000 above analyst expectations, undercut by both Korean rivals above it on this list. The third row remains smaller than the dedicated giants, and the Model Y L is weeks old, where the competition carries years of proof. Third place at launch with every tool needed to fight for the crown, which is exactly why the 2 vehicles above it started discounting before the boat docked. Number 2 is the vehicle that built the affordable 3-row segment and now defends it with free money, the Kia EV9. The design still stops traffic. The 3 rows remain genuinely adult usable. The packaging benchmark the Model Y L gets measured against. And around 304 miles of range, with 800-volt fast charging, keeps the road trip math easy. Q2 proved the momentum is real. Up 35% year over year, up 44% quarter over quarter. The winners list regular that keeps winning. And then there's the deal that regular viewers can recite. 0% financing for 60 months. 5 figures of interest deleted on a typical loan. The sharpest financing offer in the segment, layered under Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. Stack the ledger, benchmark space, proven reliability platform, award shelf, warranty moat, and free money, all starting in the mid-50,000s before the incentives even land. The EV9 loses the crown by the width of one spec sheet, because its own corporate sibling took everything the EV9 pioneered and stretched it further. And the best 3-row family EV in America is the Hyundai Ioniq 9, the fastest growing EV in the country, up 183% last quarter, the single biggest gain of any model we tracked, and the growth is simply the market discovering what the spec sheet already said. 335 miles of range, the most of any dedicated family 3-row this side of 6 figures. The most cargo space in the class, real adult room in all 3 rows. A 110 kilowatt-hour battery on the 800-volt platform that adds 100 miles in under 10 minutes, with real-world testing that beats the EPA numbers. The road trip champion crowned by the award season. Then Hyundai armed it. $10,000 cash on the hood. The deal that topped our summer list, bigger than the dead federal credit it replaced, or 0% for 72 months with bonus cash, or a lease that undercuts the equivalent EV9. The 10-year warranty seals the moat, and the 15-year ICCU coverage from the mistakes video guards the platform's one known weakness. Range, space, speed of charging, warranty, and the best incentive in America. All in one vehicle, all before the Tesla invasion even lands. The 3-row war has a king, and Hyundai built it. 12 vehicles, 1 war, and the map is simple. Money, no object. The Escalade IQ's presence, or the Gravity's engineering. Luxury value, the Vistic is the sleeper. Charm, the Buzz has no rival. Budget loophole, the 7-seat Model Y. And the crown fight, Ioniq 9, EV9, and the incoming Model Y L, is exactly where your money holds the most power. Because 3 giants discounting against each other is the best thing that can happen to a family with a deposit. The scoreboard video comes when the Model Y L's first full quarter lands. Until then, the king wears $10,000 on the hood. I am Nick, this has been Nick's Car Review, and I will see you in the next one.